Did you miss feminine hygiene class 101 in school? Maybe you the only child. You was raised by your father. You just don't feel comfortable with asking or talking to your mom about certain things. Maybe you just curious to learn a little more or new hygiene hacks or tips for the vajayjay, the cooch, the cooter, the poom poom, your pocketbook, love below. Downstairs, your treasure box, your cookie, your monkey, the punani, your hot pocket. Whichever one floats your boat. Don't worry, boo, I got you. Today, we're gonna discuss ways in keeping that area clean and smelling fresh. And just a disclaimer, what works for me may not necessarily work for you. Make sure you are getting your annuals, your physical, your pap smear. If something just don't seem right or haven't seemed right for quite some time, don't be afraid to go to a professional. I'm not a professional at all. This is just some things that help me. I've learned, I've heard growing up over the years. I'm just gonna start by saying that being a woman is a project, a job, a career. Can we just get a moment of silence for all the bullshit us women go through? Okay, now that we got that out the way, your vagina has a faint smell, but faint means barely there. It should not be smelling like fish. It should not be musty or have any type of strong odor. Oh, you don't believe me? Take your hand, place it on her. Go ahead, it's yours. Pull your hand up, smell it. That what you smelling right now, that's you. That's all the way you. We all have a natural smell. All that talk about, oh, my smell like strawberries and pineapples. Lies. And here I was, one of them ones like, really? How you do that? So clueless. The closest you gonna get to smelling like or tasting like strawberries and pineapples is eating fruits and vegetables, because you are what you eat. Your diet has a huge effect on your smell. When you sweat and the smell that come out of your pores, in your urine, when you're eating all that high fat, high sugar, that equals a bad odor, sis. Replace that with some fruit, some vegetables, just so you can have a little sweeter taste. Drink cranberry juice, unsweetened, 100% cranberry juice. If you don't like the taste of cranberry juice, they do offer those in pill forms. This is really going to help with UTI prevention or treatment. Drink water, boo. It is so important. Water flushes out all the toxins in your body. Take probiotics. Eat yogurt with active culture. Both of those things are full of healthy bacteria that we need to eliminate smells and keep in good health. These are the ones that I actually take. They're a probiotic and a prebiotic. So if you want to know more about these, be sure to just Google them and look them up. I got them from Amazon. Getting them that comes with all of them in one eliminates from having to take multiple pills at a time. Take these daily along with the woman's daily pill. I also want to tell you something that I recently learned that's a natural antibiotic, and that is oregano pills. According to my research, these pills will help with boosting the immune system. And they're like a natural antibiotic. Just Google it, look it up, do your own research. Moving on along. Apple cider vinegar is the holy grail. Look at this. I always get this big bottle. Make sure you get the one with the mother. The mother is this little film that's in here. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see? It's like stuff that's floating around in the inside of the liquid. So if you go to the meat store, if you go in the store and you're like, ew, what is that stuff floating all around in the apple cider vinegar? The stuff that's gonna balance out that pH. This claims to do so much. It's good with helping with weight loss, suppressing the appetite, I actually use this as a toner for my face. And I know you probably want to like, well, sis, how I use that? Okay, let me share. Fix you a nice hot bath. Pour you a cup or two. You know how much you need, sis. You know how you've been feeling or smelling or what you've been seeing. If you just want to start it out to test it, do a capful. Start off with a capful. But from that point, by the cup, pour it in the water. Get in that water and sit and soak. Marinate like you do your meats prior to cooking them. I even take a shot of this like twice a day. When I first wake up in the morning on an empty stomach and right before bed. It is really huge with helping with your pH balance and with BV. Bacterial vaginosis. I also want to say that Amazon offers strips, like pH balance strips, will allow you to test your urine to see if it's a pH imbalance, if it's BV, if it's something more serious. I have not actually used them myself. I did do some research online about them, so I just wanted to share that they do offer that. If you suffer from recurrent BV, might I add that BV is not an STD, so don't nobody freak out. If yours is consistent and you're tired of taking those antibiotics, because you know them antibiotics leads to a yeast infection. Yes, sis, when you overdo them antibiotics, you start getting all the itchies and stuff like that. Ooh, that ain't comfortable. Let me tell you what you should try. Boric acid suppository. Listen, before you do any of this, you be sure to consult with a professional, but I'm just saying what worked for me. In the past, especially after having kids, your whole body just go haywire. I read up on it on Amazon and it was so many good reviews. I only had to do about 2 rounds of it, so I just stuck it up there, you know, at nighttime, and then I did another round maybe the next night and it was clear. No discharge, no funky business, none of that. None. And let me tell you, sis, if you're experiencing things like this, don't keep having sex. First off, you don't want to be embarrassed because the man smelling stuff. Then on top of that, like, you don't want that irritation. And he part of the cause of it anyway. You have multiple sex partners, period. A lot of the times that can cause BV. There's so many other reasons why BV is, but that's just a little possibility side note. I'm not finna give you all the benefits. There's so many of them. Google it. You'll thank me later. Baking soda. I got baking soda. It is another holy grail of mine. This is really good for odor elimination, for deep cleansing, for whitening. Add this to your bath water. Add this to your toothpaste. You can even use this as a deodorant. Odor in your room, odor in the fridge, odor in the bathroom, wherever the odor at. Get you a box of this and open it up and just let it sit. It will soak up that smell. Personally, I like to use all things Arm & Hammer. So when it comes to deodorant, I'm using the Arm & Hammer deodorant. When it comes to toothpaste, I'm using something that consists of Arm & Hammer. Come on, sis, let me tell you something else. You know how down there be so sweaty sometimes? What I would do is take my Arm & Hammer deodorant and I will rub it on the face. So this is the vajayjay. I will take it and just go like this. And I'm telling you, it will eliminate all of that sweat, all of that must. I use the Arm & Hammer deodorant. I don't know if any deodorant will help, but the one with Arm & Hammer most definitely does because it has baking soda. I don't want you to be smelling like no little skunk, sis. Get you some baking soda. It's gonna eliminate all of that odor. Let's move right along to the soaps. I'm gonna start by saying, please, sis, whatever you do, do not put that soap. Don't take that rag with that soap on it and stick it up in that hole. You do not do that. Absolutely not. It's a no-no. Stop. Do not use directly in the V. Your V is pretty much a self-cleanser, but you never want to insert anything up in there. Okay. You never want to insert soap in there because it's going to cause irritation. Let her do her thing. You don't want no disturbance. Don't disturb the peace. Dr. Bonners. I've recently started using that soap this year. They have so many different flavors, but when I tell you, if you put some of Dr. Bonners in your bath water, boo, you gonna come out squeaky clean. I don't know what put in a formula, but it be having me on some Plankton from SpongeBob, where he want to figure out the Krabby Patty formula. I feel how he feel, because that formula that's in that Dr. Bronner's gets you all the way right. It is very concentrated, so be sure to dilute it with water. Another go-to of mine is Dove Sensitive Soap. I've been using that since forever. The body wash, the actual bar soap, that's my go-to. I'm really, like, my skin gets so irritated, breaks out over any type of changes that I make. It's just so crazy. Also, if you don't really like Dove Sensitive, use a baby soap. Aveeno and those soaps that are made specifically for the babies are non-harsh. Another soap that I was bought up on that had that bathroom lingering with good smells is Iris Spring. That smell is so... Your man come from out the bathroom and smelling like that. Ooh, Lord, so eatable. It's a very masculine smell in my opinion, and it hides a lot of the odor. Surprisingly found out that some women are not comfortable with touching themselves down there. So let me talk to you for a second about that. Don't be afraid. Personally, I like to use my hands. I pull the skin back and clean the clitoris. You have to get all them nooks and crannies from up out of there, because when that lingers, that is what smells. Get you a white washcloth. People like to stay away from white when it comes to white underwear, white washcloths. But honey, all things are revealed when it comes to the white washcloth. You're able to determine when you're squeaky clean, when it's time for you to get up out the water, and when you need to maybe wash her a few more times. Plus, the dyes from those colored washcloths is not good for the punani either. And ladies, please, I really hope that you're not using the same washcloth that you washing everywhere else with to wash down there. Get her own personal wash rag. You gotta treat her like a gem. Treat her like the queen she is. Treat her like royalty. She doesn't share. Get familiar with your cooch. It's yours. Smell it. Whatever it is that you need to do to become familiar with your body parts, like, you should be able to tell when something's not going right. If you need to get a mirror, sit in front of the mirror, prop your legs up. Look in there, see what's going on. This is not to bash no woman, but I never could understand how if I could smell you, you can't. You should be smelling you before anyone else can. Let's move on along to shaving. Ladies, tame the beast. I know there's some women that's just really all natural and they just refuse or what have you, but I'm gonna just be honest, hair holds odor. The less, the better. You don't have to shave a bald. She ain't gotta be like a newborn child or nothing like that. But you would definitely need to trim. That hair holds heat, holds odor, holds bacteria, and who God knows what else it holds. I'm not really big on using razors, but if you are, I heard that using men's razors are the best because they get real close. I personally use Nair. Some people may hate it, some people may love it, but I'm gonna tell you, when I put that on, I let it sit for a few minutes and I'll take a rag and I'll wipe it clean, smoother than a baby's bottom. And I back it up with coconut oil. Coconut oil is the JJ's moisturizer. I use coconut oil like a lotion for her. I used to use powder, and I read something where powder has something in it that causes cancer, and I just immediately stopped. But the coconut oil does the job, sis. I really noticed that by using this after I shave, it prevents any type of itching, dry feeling, uncomfort, hair bumps, and anything like that. I even use the coconut oil between my thighs. I have big thighs, and a lot of the times they be fighting each other. So I use the coconut oil to make peace. This is so important. Go commando. There's no reason why you should be laying in bed with your underwear on. Why? I never could understand that. Let her hang out. I personally feel that you should let her breathe as much as possible. Let her air out. At night, after you shave, after you take a bath, all the time if you own that. I personally just don't like underwear. Like, I just don't like her to be caged in like a bird or locked down like Akon. If you are one of them ones that like to wear underwear, make sure they're cotton, breathable. Don't be coming here with all the fancy schmancies and all that, because that's the quickest way to get you straight down the road of yeast. I don't use feminine sprays directly on the cooch. What I do recommend doing, especially when it's that time of the month, get you your underwear, spray some feminine spray on the underwear itself or on your jeans, like outside of the jeans, just to combat any smells that could possibly arise when you're on your monthly. Be sure to wear liners, especially if you're one of those ones who have a lot of discharge. When you are on your monthly, honey, change your sanitary napkins often. It's not okay to sit around on that for hours and hours at a time. And then when you go into the stalls and you change, you got it lit up like the 4th of July. And it's just lingering. You want the person that come into the stall after you to be like, ooh, she smell good. Wonder what that is. Not, ooh, what the hell crawled up in Hyundai? Please be considerate, ladies. I recommend making a concoction, a poopery. You can carry a little thing in your purse and spray it up after you use the bathroom. Speaking of boo-booing, I use some travel wipes, baby wipes. The Dollar Tree has some feminine wipes for $1. That smells really good. Some people don't like the scent. Some people like unscented. Whatever you love, boo, make sure you have them on deck. Have some in your car. Have some in your purse. When you pee, you wipe them with your wipes. When you boo-boo, you wipe them with your wipes. They even have flushable wipes. But I advise you, boo, to not throw them flushable wipes down the toilet, nor them tampons. None of that stuff is okay for the plumbing. Ladies, make sure you're wiping yourself front to back. You don't want the residue from your boo to travel to your coo, because that will cause a whole scene in itself. Another tip, get you some fragrance bags. I used to order mine on Amazon, and I used them a lot when the kids were young, but I think they can be also used for when you on that time of the month, when you boo-booing your boo-boo wipes or whatever it is. You could just put all of that in the fragrance bags, tied up, and throw it in the garbage. They pretty much just have like a smell to them, and it just eliminates odor. Try your best if you can after you boo-boo to just take a bath. Use that detachable shower head, prop that leg up on the side of that tub, and get all up in there. My shower head, and most of them comes with different speeds and levels or ways that they come out or what have you. Put it on that pulsating one, the one that come out real hard, so they can get all those crispy pieces that you left behind. It's not only good, ladies, for getting off in the shower. Oh, I'm the only one? Oh, my bad. You want that snapback? Really? V-Steam. I'm going to do a video in this in itself because there's so many benefits. Sometimes you just got to release. Release him, release her, release it. Whatever you release it and you want to get some refreshness, I'm telling you, snap that back. Mike Epps talked about this, but his ass was referring to douching. Ladies, do not douche. I do not recommend it. Never have, never will. I know some will agree, some will disagree. Personally, I just heard that it upsets your natural pH balance, which can cause or lead to irritation, bacteria, infection. Come here. Come here. A man should not be ejaculating in you unless y'all trying to conceive a child. Oh, you want to know why? Sperm, men, especially the ones that's for everybody, it's throwing off your pH balance. It's causing you to get recurrent BV. It just changes up everything that's going on down there. Another tip, if you are doing that, go and pee immediately after sex. Don't lay your ass in bed. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, you put me to sleep. Even if you don't have to, force it. If you are having sex, practice safe sex. The best is remaining abstinence, not having sex at all. Get on birth control if you don't want to have a baby. I personally have had the Implanon. I think now they call it Nexplanon or Explanon or something like that. Right here. And mark right here. And if you want me to do a video about that experience, I'll definitely do that. Just leave it in the comments below. Clean behind your ears. Get a cotton ball, a Q-tip, your rag. Clean all behind the ears, right up in here, in this area. You want that boy, you want him to be all licking back here and sucking on this and that, and then he tasting nothing but build up and wax. That's nasty. Clean out your belly button. You know what else stinks, ladies? But he don't want to tell you, or he don't know how to tell you? Your hair. Your wig, your weave. The one that you ain't washed in a few years. All that making it straight and curly and then making it straight again. You frying your hair and you know what that smells like. You know that smell you be smelling when you doing it? That's how your hair smells. All these 30 inches of just burnt rubber smell. He don't want to smell that. Spray perfume on that bitch. Matter of fact, for long lasting perfume smells, always apply it right after you get out the shower, because that's when your pores are open, especially if you take hot baths, which I'm hoping you taking hot baths, right? The best places to spray it at for long lasting is your wrist. Spray behind your ears, your neck, your elbows, folds behind your knees. Spray in the air and walk through. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. I want your sit down and your walk through air to smell good. Just don't overdo it. Don't drown in the perfume. Wash your face with black soap. I have a whole big bar like about this big, but and a little piece goes a long way. Lather it up and clean your face. It can be used as a makeup remover. And it just really does well with cleaning, and at the end it really makes your face feel so squeaky clean. Now, in the beginning when I was using it, it used to cause a lot of drying, absolutely. So if that is the case, pull back on how often you're using it. Maybe use it once a day. Also, take a shot of black seed oil. I don't know if you ever heard of it or not. That is another holy grail that has a lot of benefits to them. So most definitely check into that. I know this was a very long video. I hope that you took with you at least one thing from this video, and I want to thank you so very much for watching. If you have any suggestions, anything that you want to add, maybe a new hack or a tip, I'm open. I'm always wanting to find ways to keep my body smelling fresh and clean. Until next time, later. Danny on the track.